26 years of CNBC TV18.
Hello and welcome to Startup Street. I'm Arundhati Ramnan and these are the top headlines from the startup world. Toffee Coffee Roasters, a premium coffee brand, has raised 5 crore rupees in pre-Series A round led by IPV. The funds will be used to scale on quick commerce platforms with a target of capturing 5 to 8% of the coffee category and reaching 60 to 80 crore rupees in ARR. Jasper Food Manufacturers has acquired a 10% equity stake in SoupX, a health-focused food tech brand. The deal will enable the company to enter high-growth and complementary food categories as it strengthens its presence in the frozen food segment. Vartis Platforms, the parent firm of peer-to-peer lending marketplace LendInClub, is preparing for an IPO within 18 to 36 months, says CEO Bhavin Patel. Vartis has set 2 internal targets ahead of the IPO: annual profit above $11 million and restructuring accounting practices to align with listed peers. Microsoft joins hands with Maharashtra government to fight cybercrime. All 1,100 police stations in the state will be equipped with a Microsoft AI tool to fight cybercrime. Currently, only 23 police stations in Nagpur are using it. Disney invests $1 billion into ChatGPT maker OpenAI and licenses its characters for AI-generated short videos and images for 3 years. OpenAI will compensate Disney for using its characters, but the financial terms have not been disclosed. Those were the headlines that we're tracking for you this evening. But on what's brewing today, India's clean tech momentum is getting a major boost. Smart Joules has raised $10 million in a Series B round led by SBI Ventures' Neve2 fund, Worry and Spectrum Impact. The fresh capital will power Smart Joules' next phase of expansion as it scales its efficiency and cooling solutions across factories, commercial buildings, automation projects, and district cooling systems. To break down the fundraise, the scale-up, and the roadmap to 2030, I'm joined by Arjun Gupta, the founder and CEO of Smart Joules. Arjun, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. First of all, congratulations on the $10 million Series B round. Start by telling us how will this capital sort of accelerate Smart Joules' next phase of growth, especially as you expand deeper into commercial and industrial cooling and energy efficiency projects. If you could sort of tell us how you'll spend these funds.
Yeah, thanks for having me here. Smart Joules is pioneering energy efficiency in the built environment. And we do that through basically 2 things. One is machine learning technology for automation. And the second is business models, where we actually invest in really energy efficient infrastructure, like centralized cooling systems. So we're primarily going to invest these funds into both these areas. First is to really champion AI in the built environment, specifically in cooling. Now, a lot of people don't know that cooling is the largest end use of energy in India. And we can expect to see another 3 India's worth of new power demand just from increasing cooling demand over the next 20 years. So Smart Joules wants to cut that in half, using both technology and business model. So one area of investment is going to be really heavily going into machine learning to optimize each part of the value chain of cooling, starting from design to execution to operations and maintenance. And then the next part is going to be to expand into new industries. Every time we go into a new industry, we have to take a little bit of risk and put a little bit of investment into new projects. So we are looking at a lot of projects in the pharmaceutical sector, data centers, semiconductor manufacturing, hospitals, hotels. All of these cooling intensive sectors require Smart Joules, and that's what we've geared up for.
Sure, and we'll go into detail into all of them, but you've built 3 flagship products, right? Joule Pace, Joule Cool, and DJoule. Which of these is sort of scaling the fastest right now, and what's driving the strongest demand across your customer base?
Yeah, thanks for that question. Yeah, all 3 of them are very complementary to each other, and together they build a full suite cooling and automation business. Lately the one that's growing the fastest is our Joule Cool business, which is cooling as a service. And you can pretty much imagine, like most of the buildings that will exist in India in the next 10 to 20 years don't yet exist, right? They're just being built. So Joule Cool is our business model that services new construction. So that one really has been flying off the shelves and really a lot of demand recently for that. And that's going to continue for sure. There we actually give our customers a very long-term guarantee on quality of cooling, right? Imagine whatever building you've been in, you've either felt hot or cold or damp, a little bit too humid, you've seen the ceilings crack. we give a 10-year assurance on the quality of cooling and also a 10-year assurance on the energy efficiency of the cooling system. So we are the only company that can do that. And so we are seeing a lot of demand in Joule Cool. Joule Pays is currently our largest segment. That one serves existing buildings and factories. Imagine if you own 10, 20 hotels and you want to cut your bill from 100 crores to 70 crores or less within a period of 9 months. The only company that can do that is Smart Joules. So Joule Pays is currently our largest business segment. And in fact, for both of these, D-Joule and Joule Pays, Joule Pays and Joule Cool, you require technology to actually run the system. And that's what D-Joule is. So yeah, Joule Cool, fastest growth. Joule Pays is the largest segment currently. And D-Joule powers these both, as well as is its own BMS technology.
Sure. So you've outlined that very clearly for us. You've already conserved about 32.1 crore kWh, cut 2.4 lakh tons of emissions, and saved clients 266 crore rupees, right? So what's the roadmap to doubling or tripling this impact over the next 24 months? If you could quickly tell us that.
Sure. The first thing is going to larger projects. So, the average project size that we've had till date has been about, 2 to 3 crores, and we have a lot of those. Now we've already signed and are executing projects which are 20 to 30 crores per ticket size. So one, immediate scalability comes from doing larger projects. And second, that is allowed by, of course, the Joule Cool model, which is 10x larger than Joule Pays per ticket size, as well as going to industries and not only serving buildings. So when we go to industries like pharmaceutical, data center, electronics manufacturing, solar cell manufacturing, the size of cooling systems is 10x more than a building. So these two things together are giving us a lot of scalability, and that's what we're shooting after.
Sure. And speaking about those larger projects, you are looking to enter sectors like you've pointed out, manufacturing, building automation, and district cooling, right? What's the market opportunity here, and how soon can these verticals become major revenue contributors for you guys?
Yeah, as we speak, across India, there is very large-scale manufacturing setup being built. If you drive around in Gujarat, you will see one after the other solar cell module manufacturing, battery manufacturing. If you go into Mumbai or you go south to Chennai, Hyderabad, you see a lot of data centers being built. Like, we are really in the gold rush of building these heavy cooling infrastructure across India, and of course, buildings, right? So, the demand is everywhere, and we are just like trying to scale up to catch up to this demand. So a lot of the funds are, of course, going into capacity building and scaling up our team, which is already very large, 250 people, but we're going to rise to the occasion.
So you are going to rise to the occasion, but in 30 seconds, where are your revenues at, and how do you sort of plan to build this? What are the targets for this year and the year to come?
Sure. The revenues of the company right now are about 70 crores on an annual basis, but we have locked in contracts. So ours is a recurring revenue model. So we've got locked in revenue of more than 400 crores over the next few years. And next year, because we're looking at very large projects, we are hoping to cross 200 crores.
Looking to cross 200 crores. All right, Arjun, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. We wish you all the best on this journey going forward.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here. And hopefully next year I'll be telling you that 200 is going to 1,000. Thanks.
Hopefully we'll be hoping for that for sure. All right. And moving on, global ride-hailing player Uber says it is hopeful of growing its business multiple times over in the region as it sees large headroom for growth. In an exclusive chat with my colleague Ritu Singh, Uber's president for India and South Asia said the company will raise the bar on innovation with more feature launches lined up for the coming year. He also spoke about Uber's recent metro ticketing launch in Bengaluru. Take a look.
So today, if you're an Uber driver in one of the cities, say on a two-wheeler, you are already carrying a passenger from certain times. Then you are already opted into our courier service, which is our B2C package delivery service. In some cases, they're also participating in our AI solutions and data labeling service, which gives them a chance to earn an extra income during certain downtime. And now they'll get an option to opt into the B2B logistics service. The pricing of that will be a function of multiple factors. The kind of the package, the distance they will have to travel to pick up that package, to deliver that. It will also be a function of time of the day, because this often will be dynamic. So again, this is where the magic of technology and hence optimized pricing will come in. Remember, we are globally go anywhere, get anything company. What that means is we have a very large mobility base, which we also have in India, but we have a very large delivery ecosystem globally, which means that technology has been very thoughtfully fine-tuned for these use cases, which means we can hopefully price these products just the right level, which keeps prices low for merchants and just right for earners for us to build a sustainable business.
You know, you spoke about the ride-hailing network, and that, of course, is the bulk of your business. But at what pace is this logistics arm going to grow? I mean, I'm just trying to get a sense of what the revenue mix would be like for Uber in India when it comes to ride-hailing versus these other services.
I think very early for the new services. It is still early days. We take it one step at a time.
But what's the ambition there? I mean, what's the mix?
Ambition is to make it big and bigger. And
as big as ride-hailing or bigger?
No comments at this stage. I think I avoid crystal ball gazing. Ride-hailing itself is such a massive business and growing rapidly. We are the third largest market globally in terms of volume and one of the fastest growing. And the India market has so much opportunity at the full spectrum of use cases. Today, you can, on an Uber app, you can request for a 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 2-wheeler, Uber shuttle in some cities, metro tickets. And on the other end of the spectrum, you can request for Uber Black or Uber Reserve, or also an intercity trip. And our ambition is that these are all individually massive TAMs, and we have a job cut out to really scale this multiple times over the next few years.
Since you're not telling us that, you've started in Bangalore, but where will Uber Direct expand to in the coming year or so?
Our goal is to take it to multiple cities. Obviously, it will follow the network which we've already built on the mobility side. So starting with Bangalore, we'll
That's 125 cities.
125 cities. So we start with one city and gradually take it to the larger cities and then to the smaller cities from here on. And again, our thesis is not about, we don't chase scale or a vanity metric, hey, number of cities launched, right? What we care for is, even to master the experience and service in Bangalore will take time. Because you need to navigate it, you need to optimize, you need to make sure SLAs are living up to the standards which either ONDC or its merchants expect. So we'll focus on the consumer experience, and once we feel comfortable, we'll continue to scale rapidly.
You know, just to be clear, there is no plans to enter the B2C space in food delivery for Uber, something like Uber Eats again?
Hard to say. Right now, my hands are full with building this massive mobility business and incubating the new B2B logistics space.
You know, a quick word on the metro ticketing also that you're announcing now in Bangalore after the 3 other cities. How quickly do you expect this to scale here, and what next? I mean, in terms of, again, cities which you don't count, but how quickly do you see the service expanding?
Look, this is our 4th city this year itself where we have brought metro ticketing on the Uber app. And we've got just great feedback in the 3 cities like Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai, where we are already live with it. Bangalore is an incredibly mobility conscious city. And I believe that consumers in Bangalore are going to embrace booking metro tickets on the Uber app in a very material way, because a large number of our consumers are already getting to the metro station using a Uber service, whether it's a 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler, or other modes of services available. And hence, they will find it more convenient to book the Namma metro ticket also. And I think my sense is this will also then attract a completely new user base who's using Namma Metro already, and they can now use the Uber services because they're going to come to the Uber app. So I think that I'm very bullish on how Bangalore will embrace. Bangalore is a tech capital of India and arguably the world, and we should, I'm hoping they will set the tone in the new benchmark.
Any teaser for consumers? For instance, you've got that price lock feature. For instance, this year you had Uber Pets launched this year. You had a simplified app for senior citizens. Anything else you'd like to tell our viewers that's in the offing from Uber?
We'll come back once we have more to share. Will give us a chance to connect again. But this year has been remarkable in terms of the innovation for the India market. We spoke on metro ticketing, logistics, but this is the year where we've launched Uber Teens. Huge demand from our consumer base where teens can onboard to a new service with better safety features. Uber Simple Mode, which is particularly designed for the elderly, so that they can actually use a simpler version of the app. We're also premiumizing our portfolio. You're seeing Uber Black scale. You're seeing us bring specific airport tie-ups across the country. We've also innovated on multiple subscription models for consumers and drivers, for example, memberships for consumers, subscriptions for drivers. So it's been a busy year and a year of innovation. And hopefully next year we'll raise the bar further.
On that note, it is time for us to head into a short break. But coming up next, India's homegrown platform Adalat.AI is transforming courtrooms with real-time AI transcription, replacing manual typing and paperwork across 9 states. At Charcha 2025, we speak with CEO Utkarsh Saxena about the platform's impact and what lies ahead. Stay tuned.
"26 years of CNBC TV18. 26 years of CNBC TV18.
Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. India's justice system is witnessing a quiet technological shift, not in verdicts, but in how courtrooms work every single day. At Charcha 2025 by the Nudge Institute, one innovation drew unprecedented attention. Adalat.AI, a homegrown platform now replacing manual typing and paperwork with real-time AI transcription across over 4,000 courtrooms in 9 states. CNBC TV18's Aishwarya Anand brings you the inside story of Adalat.AI and what this shift means for every citizen waiting for a case to move.
India's courts handles crores of cases every year. But behind every delay is a quieter problem. Judges still rely heavily on manual typing, paperwork, and handwritten notes. For many, justice is not delayed, it is slowed down by clerical work. Adalat.AI is trying to change that by using artificial intelligence to assist judges and court staff not in making decisions, but in cutting down time for transcriptions and paperwork.
Our venture is actually a twin-engine venture. The first is tech innovation, AI innovation, which my co-founder Orgo Bhattacharya leads. But the other engine is social programming, is training and workshops and skilling. So we actually do training programs with the judicial academies of the various states. We go to each district court and do training programs and sessions to answer the questions of judges. So to enable the uptake of technology, that second engine of skilling, workshopping, office hours, WhatsApp communities on which we answer questions, tutorials, all of those are extremely important to be successful in this mission.
Adalat.AI works across multiple Indian languages and accents, allowing courts to record proceedings as they are spoken without forcing witnesses or lawyers to switch to English.
We work with a large team of linguists from different states who actually help us create data sets and annotations so that the models that the AI tools are getting trained on are not generic English-speaking models of folks from Delhi and Bombay, but from across the country and representative, so that when the user is speaking in that specific accent, the AI model is already familiar with it.
But introducing artificial intelligence into courtrooms comes with high stakes. This isn't about replacing judges, it is about accuracy, accountability, and earning trust inside one of India's most traditional institutions.
So that's why one of our big solutions is speech to text, which is what you say is transcribed verbatim using AI technology in multiple Indian languages. But some of our other tools where we use things like summarization or document navigation, we actually implement guardrails where we insist that any AI output has to be referenced back to the document that it's referencing so that any risk of making up a case citation or hallucination is eliminated.
Using artificial intelligence inside courtrooms also raises serious concerns around data privacy and security, particularly when sensitive testimonies and legal records are involved.
We have a threefold approach to our security infrastructure. One, we ensure that all our work is localized in India. Second, we have our own AI models so that no third party gets access to the work that we are doing. And third, we implement user-level encryption, which means that each judge, each court staff gets a unique encryption key, which is decentralized. It's generated on their local machines. Even we don't have access to it. So that even in the worst case, if someone hacks the entire system, unless they have each judge's decentralized encryption key, each judicial staff member's encryption key, they can't understand what's going on in the system.
Once judges began using the system, the impact started to show, not just in speed, but in daily output inside courtrooms.
India has about 22,000 courtrooms depending on vacancies, so we are in nearly 20% of India's courts. I think our impact is the kind where the output per judge per day is going up. And so the idea is that because we have very few judges per million people in our country, our judge population ratio is low, how can we create more time per judge that creates more hours of work in the judiciary and reduces delays and backlogs? We are estimating that court delays and backlogs are going down by 30 to 50% because of a series of our solutions, depending on the case stage and type. We also want to automate not just the pain points we've identified right now, which is transcription, translation, case flow management systems, but also things like e-filing. We're building solutions so that regular citizens who don't understand the law find the law more accessible. So we want to build an end-to-end justice tech stack.
What began as an experiment has now reached scale. More than 4,000 courtrooms across 9 states are now using AI-based transcriptions, cutting out manual typing altogether. With high courts in states like Kerala mandating its use, Adalat.AI is no longer a pilot project. It is now part of how court proceedings are being officially recorded, marking one of the clearest use cases of artificial intelligence in India's justice system. With camera person Balbir Singh and Lakshman Singh, Aishwarya Anand for CNBC TV18.
On that note, it is time to take stock of all the deals from the startup world. According to Venture Intelligence, this week saw a total of 20 deals worth $131 million. Some of the notable deals this week include digital lending startup Five, which got $35 million from IFC. Women's fertility monitor maker Inito bagged $29 million from Bertelsmann India Investments and Fireside Ventures, while jobs portal Work India is set to raise $13 million from Avishkar, BNext and others. That's not all. Solar EPC solutions provider Solio Solar raised $12 million from GVFL and others. Finally, cross-border payments enabler Skydo raises $10 million from Sasquina Asia VC and Elevation Capital. According to Venture Intelligence, this year has seen a total of 897 deals worth $90 billion. And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
"26 years of CNBC TV18.